Inflation is an increase in the general price level of goods and services in an economy over a period of time. As a response, inflation affects the power of a dollar. Inflation reduces the purchasing power of society. A way to measure price inflation is the inflation rate, which is the change in a general price index over time.
Hyperinflation is a time in the economy when inflation is rising at an extreme high rate where the price of goods and services rise dramatically.
There are three causes of inflation. The most common reason for inflation is demand pull inflation. This happens when demand for a good or service increases by such a great amount that there isn't enough supply. Sellers cannot maintain the price because if they do, the sellers will sell out. The sellers then, as a result, raise their prices of their goods, and this luxury of raising prices causes inflation.
An example of demand pull inflation is when a singer gets more popular. The cost of their tickets goes up. The negative effect is that people have to pay more. Another reason for inflation is because of the growing economy. This economy can create inflation because people begin to feel confident about their future and therefore they begin to spend more. A different cause of inflation is cost push inflation. This type of inflation isn't as common as the demand pull inflation, but this still happens. Cost push inflation only happens when there is a shortage of supply combined with enough demand to allow the producer to raise prices. A limited amount of natural resources, such as oil, causes prices to go up.
Another cause of inflation is called quantity theory of money. This theory states that more money equals more inflation. According to this theory, if the amount of money in the economy triples, price levels will then triple, causing inflation. An example is when the government begins to print more money. The negative effect is that prices begin to rise and inflation happens. A big problem with inflation is when it begins to rise excessively in a short period of time. This is when the effects can be very negative. People begin spending more money because their dollar is worthless. People will lose money if their salary increases at a smaller rate than the increase of the inflation rate.
Another negative effect people is that many will begin hoarding things such as food and try to get rid of their cash, before it's devalued. This creates shortages of the hoarding objects. The low-income people are negatively affected by inflation because with inflation, companies that will face falling demand will limit products such as a result. There's a fewer demand for unskilled workers who are generally low-income people, so the low-income people are the first to feel the effects of inflation, since many of them will be
I'd rather be